I am the Red Cyclone! Ah!
Welcome to the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. I'm your host, Louis Beans, and I'm here with Mike with the mic.
What is going on, guys? What is up?
Chillin'. Welcome to another episode of our RedCycloneInc, our podcast about anything and everything in the world of pop culture and between.
Yes.
What's happening, Mark?
Just going through the wrestling and the whole wrestling babble thing. The video you just showed me about 2K20 just like wants me to kick people.
Yeah. So, just to give a little bit of light on what we just saw, there's a video by a YouTuber named Matt McMuscles, formerly of the Best Friends, RIP.
Yeah.
But he has this series called What Happened, and he does like a deep dive where he goes through and gets articles and like just different clippings from the internet, and I guess like with interviews with certain people.
Okay.
And this one he shed light on what happened with WWE 2K20.
Yeah.
Which ended up this year being a terrible like release because it was completely glitch filled, and he explains why. He goes through the breakup of the company that was helping them, Ukes, and how they literally just said, we are tired of making wrestling games, we want to do something else. He shows that there's
wait, before you go more, like they're tired of doing wrestling games, but what they're gonna do, they're gonna make another wrestling game.
I know. Somebody shoot them in the foot. What they really probably wanted to say was, we don't want to make this shit no more. You know what I'm saying?
We don't want to do it in your rules. We want to see like scantily clad ladies fight again.
Yeah, there's no. They took that stuff out, didn't they?
Well, you remember Rumble Roses was theirs.
Wow, you right, man. You know, Rumble Roses, the first one, it was such a ripoff of the last engine that it was good.
Yeah.
The second one, the one for I think it was Xbox 360.
Yeah.
Oh, that game is bad. It looks amazing, but it plays straight up bad. But shout out to the first Rumble Roses on PS2. It's pretty good.
That was straight out Ukes. Like, even their Japanese games all play the same. They did Wrestle Kingdom games. Yeah.
Do they have any more in that style since before they went with 2K?
No.
So okay, no. Wow. Okay. Yo, do you know the channel? I think it's NLH or something like that. Wrestling. It's like lowercase N,
no,
capital H and lowercase L. I think it is. They're these two guys like they just laugh uncontrollably at wrestling games, and they do their own commentary. And it's usually like they'll laugh because they'll do something and then the game will glitch out on them, or while they're playing, they'll have a really funny match, and they'll just start bugging out. And it's the most funniest thing to listen to.
Yeah.
But since you mentioned Japanese games in the wrestling genre, have you seen there's one in particular, there's like a Japanese deathmatch game that came out for I think PS1?
Yeah.
And it has like the barbed wire ropes on the ring, it has the electrocution on the ropes, it has the fire outside it has a mode where you can either have the ring, the ropes, and fire outside, or they had a crazy one where you could have fire on the around the ring on the apron,
okay,
as the ropes, and you can't touch the fire, otherwise you just die.
Okay.
And it's crazy. Like if you go into the fire, it just says you. Well, it doesn't say you lose, but it shows your character writhing in pain on the floor, and you just lose a match. It's ridiculous, and it looks like it plays pretty good. I don't know, man. And I think it might be developed in part like by Use, because it has like the. Did Use do the PS1 wrestling games like the SmackDowns, right?
They did SmackDown, yeah.
They did do that. It has a lot of similarities to that game, but it never came out here.
I won't be surprised if they did that because they did a lot of Japanese games. They just didn't they couldn't bring the license to WWE to Japan, so they did their own little games. I know they did some of the I think Wrestle Kingdom or Giant Grand games.
Do you know how, like, what era what that was?
PS2 era?
Really?
Yeah.
PS1,
PS2 era?
Wow. All right, I might have to track some of that stuff down, some videos of those. But anyway, I recommend you watch the Matt McMuscles video if you want to know what went down with 2K20.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping they can salvage it because I'm a fan of wrestling games. I don't want any of them to be bad. I don't like them to be bad. You know what I mean?
Here.
So I hope they can maybe get a new team and pull things around for next year.
Yeah. Even
if they give it a break, dude. I don't. All right, let me ask you, Merc. What's your ideal situation for them to fix? If you could be, forget the real world. If you could be the GM, or I know it's not the GM that decides these things, but let's just say the wrestling video game GM. Put your wrestling video game GM shirt on.
I will hire someone. I'll hire like fucking, I don't know, a bounty hunter to find all the AKI people. Y'all all come in and we're gonna make this game, and I'm gonna give you the monies to make the game, and you guys money in bonus. If it sells a certain amount, they get bonuses and whatnot. But I will find what was the last best wrestling game WWE made? No Mercy. I'll find the people that did No Mercy to make the next game.
You know what? I'm not gonna agree with you there, and I'll tell you why. Now, in the What Happened video, he pointed out one game that most of RedCycloneInc played.
Yeah.
WWE All Stars.
Yeah.
And I think it was a very good wrestling game. It's very underrated.
It was a very good wrestling game, but what they want, for what they kind of want in their WWE games is kind of a simulation to what the TV show is. Mm-hmm. And then, honestly, if to break up the time for that game to come out, I will make one of those All-Star games in between.
I like those. I'll just put it this way. I like the more arcadey wrestling. So I'm more of a fan of the older SmackDowns, more of a fan of WrestleMania, the arcade game, to a point. Stuff like that.
I have appreciation for those.
Not so much to really. Did you ever play? Let me ask you. Did you ever play during the Genesis and Super Nintendo time? There were some wrestling games back then by LJN.
Yeah.
Did you ever play those?
I hated them.
One was Royal Rumble.
I liked the Raw. WWF Raw. I didn't like Royal Rumble was alright. I wasn't crazy about those games, but I thought they were good. The one before that, the Super WrestleMania was shit.
Yes. Was it LJN?
Yeah, LJN. I think Acclaim made those. Yeah, that's when Acclaim started it. LJN did the NES ones.
Yeah. Okay.
And they were shit too.
LJN. I think they might be. No. Midway was Acclaim. That's right.
Yeah.
Midway was Acclaim. I thought they weren't bad. They were fun to play with my little brother.
Yeah, they were fun for what it was.
They weren't something you write home about and scream off the top of a mountain. Yo, these are the best things ever. But that's that arcadey style. Still, it drew me in, like WrestleFest.
Yeah, I can understand that. Like, I honestly, I do like the simulation of making my own show, making my own pay-per-view, and actually having that kind of good gameplay like No Mercy. I actually like the No Mercy because of the slowdown, and you have to work the leg, you have to work the back, you have to work the neck and shit like that. I like that part of the wrestling thing. I can appreciate the arcade stuff. Again, like in between games, make them so it has something in between and you're still making money.
Well, see, I don't even count No Mercy as a simulation though.
No Mercy was very simulation.
It feels like a hybrid though.
No, it would be a simulation because you have a slowdown. You had to, there was a strategy to play the game. You had to have a strategy. So you had your light moves in the beginning. You had to work your mediums, and you had to work the leg, work the arm, and to bring your guy down. It was more similar to what it's on TV than it was for like SmackDown to be what it was on TV.
I would agree with it being less arcadey than the old games, but I think the SmackDown one, at least for the PS1 and the first two.
Yeah.
If you played it without the supers maxed out, like they kind of, I think they had a thing where if you didn't play the story mode,
Yeah.
the stories would just be maxed.
Yeah.
So it would just be finishers from the get-go.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that was an option somebody messed with when I played it, but I think it was a little bit because it had the body icon,
Yeah.
and so it at least forced you to wear down a body part to the red before you could finish the match.
But what hurt those SmackDown games was the selling. They didn't fucking sell. They got hit. They got full body slam. They got right back up.
Yeah, it did, but you know what? I can say it was a product of the time.
Yeah.
Because they probably didn't have all the capacity because it was PS1.
Yeah.
So I think maybe they weren't doing all the mocap.
I won't do that. I won't say that at all either because you had games like Power Moves Pro Wrestling and then you had the WCW versus the World that actually kind of did the simulation as well.
Let me ask you, what was that one? I never played that one.
Well, Power Moves Pro Wrestling?
Yes, I never played that.
Power Moves Pro Wrestling was made by the people that did WCW versus the World. No, WCW World Tour, the one with Sting on the cover, it was before Nitro. It was that one, and pretty much it was very similar to what the AKI games were. They had like the Storm Grapple, Light Grapple, and they played the same way. You had to work the arm, you had to work the legs and shit like that. You had to bring your guy down, as in they sold their moves. They stood down. If you did a power move, they stood down, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
And then when you had games like SmackDown was very fast paced, very arcadey in that sense. You had your combos and shit like that. You were able to do like a 5-hit combo and then do a body slam and shit like that. So that I'll say it led more to a hybrid of arcadey and simulation.
Yeah, that's what I would say about the SmackDown is a hybrid because it has a little bit of technicality, but for the most part you can mash buttons.
Yeah, like No Mercy, you could.
Up to a point,
No Mercy, you took more strategy, and I say that was more simulation, and that's what they kind of try to do with the 2K games and all the other SmackDown versus Raws and stuff like that. They try to do is they try to recreate as much of the TV show as possible that you can play on the game, and that's their goal onto what the game should be. It should be a recreation of what's on TV.
So, what do you think was a sweet spot before everything went downhill?
Honestly, I think. I feel maybe Raw vs. SmackDown, like 2010.
Okay.
Shut Your Mouth, Here Comes the Pain, like that era. I think they had it right because they had enough options for you to do. They had something for everyone in those games.
Okay.
Like they had the GM mode, which I think GM mode could be appreciated by a lot of people, especially nowadays because of all the like fantasy football, fantasy wrestling, and things like that.
True. Right.
A lot of people could get into that now. Then you had the creative character, which is usually should be the highlight of this game because honestly, that's what most people spent their time on. And it came to a point that I remember back in the day, we didn't have the community. We had to fucking look at their list and how they made it and fucking do it one by one.
Hey, you're right. Yeah, you would take down like the slider numbers and positions and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a whole different experience, but at least those games brought a lot of options. They had every kind of match. One thing that I gave those games credit, they didn't take out options. They added more. They kept trying to add more and add more. And and even the smallest things is something that adding on. They understand it's going to be the same game over and over. It's just that you have to add something to make it fresh.
Yeah. All right. I get that.
So like that time, I liked some of the 2K games. I liked the last year's. I liked the year before's. I think this game just got. It was just a lot of bad situations, and honestly, they weren't honest with themselves either. Honestly, I feel like this game needed time. It needed a lot more time, and they didn't have it. And I think they got scared of what WWE would do if the license, and they were scared to lose the license.
Okay. Yeah.
To honestly, WWE still sells. Like the game still fucking sells.
You are right. That was one.
I was one of the suckers that bought it. God damn it.
But yeah, I mean, but still, that's one of the points they made in the video is that regardless of how messy it was, it's still sold.
It's still sold. People still playing it.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a powerhouse franchise. It really just is by now. But I would really love it if the quality went up.
Yeah.
And they listened to a little bit more of the fan feedback. Because seeing the things that they took out, I kind of don't understand why they took out the custom belts. I don't understand. That's not a resource intensive thing if it was already in like the series for a very
Yeah,
long.
and it's not like they add new fucking features to it or new belt shapes or anything like that. It's always the same exact shit. The only reason why people get like the replica belts is the fact that you're able to download skins. And
Okay.
you can just make the AEW belt just by taking a picture and fucking downloading into it.
Yeah, gotcha.
But there's a lot of things that has to do with that game that just didn't work, and and they try to add shit to it. And honestly, with that whole bump in the night shit, they could scrap that whole shit and all that resources you did for that bullshit. You could have actually made the game better.
Did you get to try that out?
I liked it. I thought it was cool. Like you had Bray Wyatt doing like the commentating and things like that. I actually thought it was cool, but it still has shitty gameplay. So even beyond that, you can't get past the shitty gameplay.
Wow.
And like changing the controller, and the only thing you changed the controller to, it was just to be more fucking annoying.
More okay.
Yo,
okay.
There's some finishers you had to press like 3 fucking buttons.
Yeah, that's no bueno.
Yeah, like that's ridiculous. And then the countering system, the countering is a triangle, not a shoulder button. For the last 20 years of fucking wrestling gameplay,
Yes.
the reversal was a fucking trigger button.
Yep. You're right.
20 years. 20. And no one ever complained about a reversal system.
Yes, you're
Not
right.
one
You're right.
person.
You're right. They figured it out way back in the day, and it stuck. It really just
The
stuck.
only difference is there used to be 2 reversal buttons. There was one of strike reversal and the other one was grapple reversal. That was the only difference.
Hold on. I remember when that became a thing. Because remember back in the day, only the Aki games had that. And then the SmackDown games up to a certain point, they took that out and made it 1.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Then they changed it back.
Yep.
So I do remember that. Yeah.
I
Okay.
love my wrestling games, so I'm sad that WWE 2K20 is not good. Like I honestly have not touched it, but then again, I had Star Wars come out, and I'm playing Yakuza right now. So like at least I had stuff to play. So it kind of I was not gonna play it anyway because even I have NBA 2K20, I still haven't touched. So
Okay.
it goes into that sense. Like I like the single players more anyway. So, but I will sit down when they fix some more of the stuff. I'll sit down, try to go to my story bullshit, and see what I could do with the game. But other than that, I'm very disappointed with it. I think again they should have just waited. They should have took their time. They should have asked for a later date. I think just knowing the early products and the fans complaining in the first showing of the entrances, you should have really saw that you needed time. There's no excuse.
I agree with that. They definitely rushed it, and especially with what was going on internally.
Yeah.
I think they could have took their time.
Yeah.
Somebody could have said, "This is not coming out right."
And I also feel like 2K should have seeing that Take-Two Interactive is such a big company, they should have another one of the developments doing other WWE games. Like, have a division doing like mobile games, have a division doing the main roster game, and then also have a division doing an arcade game. So, like, say for instance, you needed to like this, you had the other game in the bank. Oh, let's bring this out instead.
That was one of the things that made me sad.
Yeah.
Is that they said that game sold poorly. That kind of makes me sad.
It did sell poorly because again, I don't know why it sold poorly. You know why I think it sold poorly? Because everyone thought it was going to be just a wrestling game, and didn't like it was sold as a wrestling game and not a fighting game. And I think it should have been sold as a fighting game and not a wrestling game.
Yeah, I think so. But I just remember the advertisement for it was so good.
With Santa Claus, Macho.
That made me so sad, but happy at the same time.
Yeah.
To see Whitebeard Macho hyping the game up.
Santa
Macho, yo. But I would love it if somebody would take that formula and make another one of those. I don't care if it's not WWE or anything or any brand.
Yeah.
And like I seriously liked how that felt to play.
Yeah.
And we, again, like I said, RedCycloneInc, we did have like a party, not a party, but like a get together a while ago, around when it first came out.
Yeah.
And I think Julio brought that.
Yeah.
Julio? No, was it? Because it was me, Jenkins, Rudy, and I think Al were here. So I think maybe Rudy had it, and we bought that in, and Jenkins was here, and he got to play it,
Yeah.
and he fell in love with it.
Yeah.
Because he kept picking Big Show. You know, that's his wrestling.
He loved Big Show.
He loved Big Show. Big Show's in that game.
Big Show.
He picked Big Show and was choke slamming everybody. It was fun. It was real fun.
Yeah.
And since we're on the gaming tip,
Yeah.
just wanted to put this out here because it's December 1st.
Yep.
And the new free games for Xbox Live, they have I guess what's coming.
Okay.
I'm on GameSpot.com right now.
Okay.
And just so anybody who's on that Xbox Live, let you know, there's a game called Insane Robots, a car battling game for Xbox One.
Okay.
It's gonna be free. And Toy Story 3 for 360. I have no idea if that's good or bad, but
Okay.
they're free.
Yeah. Those are shitty Christmas games.
Hold on, it kind of gets worse.
Okay.
So after that, gold members will be able to grab 2 more games on December 16th.
Yeah.
Jurassic World Evolution for Xbox One, which I don't know anything about that. Could be good, could be terrible. I got a 7 on GameSpot, so I guess that's okay, right? And Castlevania Mirror of Fate, which I call a steaming hot pile of garbage. They have it as an 8. Listen, I've seen that game in action, and that was a continuation of the Lords of Shadow series.
Yeah.
I hate that series.
Okay.
With a passion.
Yeah.
That was Kojima's attempt.
I hear your passion.
If you didn't, okay, let me. Do you remember Lords of Shadow when it was first hyped?
That was the 3D Dragon Ball, like Devil May Cry-ish Castlevania, right?
Yeah, actually, very much so.
Okay.
It wasn't actually made by Kojima.
Okay.
Just wanted to put his name on it.
Okay.
So
he
that
produced
was,
it probably.
so yeah, he produced it. That was literally Konami trying to sell a Castlevania with his name on it.
Okay.
And the first trailers for that game looked amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And to be fair, the art direction in the game is really good.
Okay.
The music is really good.
Yeah.
The story, it makes a lot of sense and is well, it's very well voice acted. It has some really good voice actors. It has Patrick Stewart as, damn it, I can't remember his name. It became a meme because in the second game he just kept showing up out of nowhere to help you.
Yeah.
But it had like really high production value. They did not skimp on anything when it came to how it looked, how it sounded, but it played like the most generic, just derivative game I've ever played. Right? It has a lot of fans, the first one, and I'll give it all this credit. It did things. It had giant bosses. It had set piece battles. It was trying to bring Castlevania into like the real 3D action adventure game, because let's face it, up until then the only real 3D Castlevania games were the ones for 64.
Yeah.
And the ones for PS2. And now I'm a crazy person that likes the second PS2 games, Curse of Darkness.
Yeah.
But nobody likes those games.
Okay.
Castlevania 64 is not great. It's completely mediocre. And it's ugly for the time too. You know what I mean? Like, it does not age well. The PS2 Castlevanias, while they were ambitious, they just weren't that great.
I love Symphony of the Night.
But that was way
Not
before.
PS1, yeah. PS2, that's when they started doing 3D ones. The best ones that Castlevania had was the 3DS ones.
I believe as well. But guess what? They had to sully the 3DS reputation, the DS and the 3DS reputation for having good Castlevania games by putting Castlevania Lords of Shadow Mirror of Fate on the 3DS.
Yeah.
No bueno. And there's an HD version which will be free December 16th on Xbox Live. Don't get it. Don't get it. Konami, I think that was around the downturn of Konami. It was before the Metal Gear Solid debacle, but I think it was around that time. That game and Lords of Shadow 2 are terrible, I feel. I don't care what anybody tells you. Lords of Shadow 2, I'm mad I paid money for that. I bought it for like $10 on a sale, on a PSN sale. I'm still mad I bought it. I couldn't get past the second level, not because it was hard. It's so boring
Yeah.
and janky.
Yeah,
Like
damn.
they don't do platforming very well, and then they have parts where you have to jump from ledge to ledge and stairwells and really generic city environments because the story went places.
Yeah.
It tried to go places. Like, I'll spoil the end of the first game. You end up in the future.
Yeah.
So basically, you end up with Dracula in the present day.
Okay.
And it's the new and this is kind of the thing I don't like about it. Was that game? Was it were you in Brooklyn? Oh no, you were not Eddie Murphy.
Can we get a Castlevania Eddie Murphy game?
We should. I heard
Castlevania Vampire in Brooklyn.
Please, I would love that.
I would like that. Dolomite, the director of Dolomite, should do it.
Yes, he should. Please.
And we should have Eddie Murphy as the vampire.
As a vampire, oh my god!
If you guys take my idea, I want at least 10%.
Please listen. WWE keeps telling your ideas and not giving you anything.
Exactly. PlayStation Plus has Titanfall 2, which I might download and play again.
Just cause. Why not?
I loved it. It's Optimus Prime.
Yes. Yes, it is.
So you just close your eyes and think it's just Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
And then Monster Energy Supercross, which actually looks kind of fun. I haven't played a Supercross game in such a long time. I
think it's hilarious only because of the recent crossover between Monster Energy and gaming.
Yeah.
Which is Death Stranding. I don't know if you've seen.
Yeah, I've seen they have
the cans.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the other thing. You know what? Since we're shouting out things at creative things, they're pretty popular, but I think most people think they stopped doing their thing. I don't know if you remember Mega 64.
Mega 64.
They were the guys that used to do like real life skits regarding video game things, and it used to be them walking around the city, like doing silly ass video game. Like he would dress up as a character from a video game, and then walk around in public, like at a mall or something, and then just be mad random.
Oh, okay.
Like one time he dressed up as the guy from River City Ransom, and then he would walk around. I guess it was a mall, and he would scream. He would walk into people like slightly, and they would barely touch him, and he would scream "barf" like in the game, and then he would just drop like a bag of quarters out of his pockets.
Yeah.
So it was ridiculous. Like it's a bunch of that. They made like Metal Gear parodies and stuff.
Okay.
They're actually really funny. Shout outs to them for doing a Death Stranding parody.
Okay.
It's really good. It's him as the main. It's the main guy Rocco as he's dressed up as Norman Reedus' character.
Okay.
And he actually is walking down the street with all that shit on his back. Like I don't know if you've seen that Death Stranding is like a messenger game where you carry a bunch of stuff. Have you got to see it yet? Where like you could put like stack like crates and boxes and like suitcases on your back.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay, so he literally does that. He has a bunch of that stuff strapped to his back, and he's just walking around falling. And it's funny, but it's also kind of heartwarming because people just, instead of doing the usual thing you think would happen, where people just ignore him and go, "Who's that crazy guy?"
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of people helping him. And he starts spouting nonsense from the game. Like this one really funny scene where he falls in front of this lady and she goes, "Oh, you okay?" And he starts going like, "I have to get to so and so. I have to do it before the time fall." And she's like, "I don't know what any of that is, but are you okay?" It's just like, yes. And then he continues to trudge on his way with all that stuff on his back. It's really good and really funny.
I'll check it out.
So check that out. Yeah, Mega 64 is still pretty funny. So what you got, Merc? What's popping?
I went back on Yakuza 3. I'm actually almost close to be finishing with it. I want to play 4, so I'm just going through it. I just like fuck the side missions. I'm just going straight to the game.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Sometimes they get overwhelming, and then in this one, you can't like they don't tell you directly how to go to places or where you actually have to do in these damn missions, so I get confused.
Yeah, it doesn't have the streamlined stuff from 0.
No, they don't. So.
Or some of the later ones. I think 4 might.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure 5 in them. 5 did start doing like the more not tutorial, but like just
Like you could actually mark,
UI stuff. You know what I mean?
mark
Yeah.
a fucking map. At
Yeah.
least mark the map. Like if you're doing a side mission, at least have the continuation side mission somewhere there, instead of having to look everywhere to where you have to go. But then again, that's also me having to read everything and just remember it.
True enough. You're right.
I want it easy. God damn it.
I'm used to these streamlined games.
Yeah. I watched Mandalorians, the episode 4. Probably some of the best Star Wars stuff I've watched in a long time. It kind of got my excitement for Star Wars again because it's such a good series. Because it's nothing to do with Jedis. It's just straight out like a great series. It shows you the other species. Not everyone is fucking human, which is that was something I always had bothered me about Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
There's way too many humans for being out of space.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I like the fact that they have the different species and all that stuff. Mandalorian's pretty badass. The Baby Yoda is funny.
I love the clip that's going around. Get memed out now, which I love. So, do you have the context for what that was though? Because you saw the episode.
Yeah.
So what exactly did happen?
With the buttons and shit?
Yeah.
He was just trying to press buttons, and he kept fucking something up.
Did he talk to it and tell him not to do it?
He told him stop pressing buttons, and then he pressed the button again, and he said stop pressing buttons. Then he pressed it again, and he grabbed him and fucking put him back in the damn carriage.
Oh, okay. So that scene is, it's setting the internet ablaze.
Yeah.
But somebody took it and then they put that every time he presses the button, Lil Jon plays.
Yeah, I've seen metal one too, heavy metal one too.
Oh, good.
And then they also have him with the cup of tea.
Yes. What is
my business? Huh?
Is that real or is that Photoshop?
With the cup of tea, the actual Lipton tea is Photoshop, but he actually had a cup of tea, a cup of something with him.
That little thing was drinking out of a. Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
Yeah, so
what they're doing with that.
But he has a character. Like he actually had you're gonna see something really strong out of him by the end of the series.
I hope so.
Because he started in the first 2 episodes, he kind of showed the Force a little bit and the power he has.
Mm-hmm.
Like he stopped his big ass rhino from killing Mando.
Okay.
And so he stopped him. So he saw that he had his powers. So little by little, I think there's gonna be a point that he's gonna be surrounded and things like that, and all of a sudden you're gonna see Baby Yoda just fuck up everybody.
Oh, I have a correction because last week we had said there are only 2 of them because of that thing in Yoda.
Yeah.
We forgot about the one from episode 1.
Yeah, that's the one I meant was the one from episode 1 was the 2 of them.
Oh, so you weren't talking about the
I
new
wasn't
one.
talking about Baby Yoda.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
I meant the pass in the other one.
Gotcha. So yeah, there was that one, and that one apparently was female, but you couldn't tell by looking.
Brown chicken, brown.
They just looked the same.
Yoda got some booty.
Oh,
Yoda got some booty.
Well, they gotta come from somewhere, man.
Yeah. But they haven't 100% really talked about it, what he again, they never mentioned the species he is.
Yeah.
So again, in the whole lore of Yoda, they never mentioned what he is. So they still haven't mentioned what he is. He doesn't have. That's why he is called Baby Yoda, because he looks like Yoda and he's a baby. Hence the name Baby Yoda. But they calling him the childling.
On the show, that's the term they use for it?
His toy is gonna be the childling.
The childling. Okay.
Yeah. But other than that, but he's one thing I like is the fact that they're building the characters together. It's something everyone should watch. Disney Plus right now, $6.99. If you have Verizon, you get it for a year for free. If you have Hulu, you get it onto your Hulu. It's a lot of good things. Definitely check it out. Definitely watch it. It's well worth it. It's so well worth it.
Yep.
Probably one of my favorite series. It's because it got me excited for the Star Wars game, and the Star Wars game was good. Then it got me excited about Star Wars again, and I've been watching mad back videos about the lore and the what's canon, what's not canon, and the lightsabers. I've been watching every fucking thing. So.
Yeah, I did see you sent me the thing with the light. I want to sit down and watch that.
Yeah.
The lightsabers, the whole, what is it, the lineage of them,
Yeah.
or how they're made?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I like those things because they never really actually got into the history of the lightsaber. You just know that people had them. Like,
Yeah.
you didn't get the history of who made it for you or what made it for him and kind of things like that.
Well, I
Like you got like who gave it to them, but you never got the history of it.
no. I want you to correct me on this. In the game, don't they delve a little bit deeper?
Yeah, they kind of go into the
Differences now?
because you had to redo you had to recreate your lightsaber, so you had to go back and to get a crystal to make your lightsaber.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it kind of gives you of how they're made and what you have to do to get them made. You have to go through like a series of tests and shit to get them made and see if you're worthy of the crystal. Because the crystal chooses you. You don't choose the crystal.
Yes. Yeah. Do they show where you get the crystal from, or do they just show it?
It's a planet. Yeah.
Oh wow! They show you the planet where the
Yeah.
crystal come from.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And then what the dark side is pretty much a fucking synthetic crystal. Like they made the crystal
Oh,
and
they
it
make their
bleeds.
own.
And that's why it's red.
Wow. Okay. You can't just leave me with that. Like, who's the one that started that? Like, did they show the first guy to make the synthetic?
No.
But they explain why they started doing that?
Well, they
Like,
started doing that because they wanted to have their own weaponry for the Jedi against the Jedi. So they have like
Yeah.
the freaking Death Star is full of scientists and shit like that. So they had them working on the shit.
Okay.
And they worked on a synthetic version of the crystal, and the crystal made the lightsaber, but it's not as effective as the crystal that's connected to you, as in the.
Okay, so Mark, answer me this. Does that mean that Darth Vader's lightsaber is weaker than Luke's?
His red one, because it's the synthetic crystal. It's like fake crystal.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's the power that Darth Vader holds that makes it powerful.
Okay. Gotcha.
Darth Vader is probably one of the strongest Jedis. But then again, that's the balance of the Force too. Like you had Obi-Wan that was stronger, and then now you need someone stronger than him. So you have Darth Vader, and you need someone stronger than him. Then Luke Skywalker goes on.
This is back and forth.
Yep. It's a big seesaw of life.
Man, that's an interesting part.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I didn't know about.
It's a lot of lure, and it honestly is doing the new cast that we have and everything like that. It kind of got my eyes open.
Yeah, you can go into that if you want to.
Yeah, so we got Not a Trekkie up on our debut episode, and we go into A New Hope. Kind of going into the story of how we got introduced to Star Wars as well. It was a good cast. It was fun. It kind of got me watching these Star Wars movies again, and kind of a new mindset. Kind of like how I'm doing the Power Rangers with a new mindset. I'm trying to watching them as well. I'm trying to like delete the why I hated some of the movies, so I'm trying to just get that out of my head. But I feel like the moment I see them again, I'm like, damn, I hate that motherfucker. Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
Oh, he almost committed suicide. Like, I don't care.
Who, Jar Jar?
Yeah, he almost committed suicide after that match. After that thing.
You mean the guy?
Yeah.
Really? Was that okay? Who? That's not the same voice actor as Elmo, was it?
No.
Okay,
Wasn't
for
the
some
guy.
reason I thought it was the same. Something to do with Sesame Street, but no.
Yeah. He got in trouble.
No. Elmo. Well, he beat his rap, so he's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be his friend and leave him alone with children, but or women. But you know,
Like, Elmo got something for you.
no. No.
But yeah, so there's a lot of characters I didn't like. Again, like the whole like prequel shit, I never liked them. There was things I liked about Revenge of the Sith, but that was also like going into Darth Vader's lore and shit. But I just hated that they were so political, and they there was more talking than anything in these fucking movies, and it was just oh god.
Yes, I
All the
understand.
talking.
See, here's my problem with the first three movies, as I think they focused a lot on building the wrong parts of the world. Because they gave you so much information, like, man, they sat there and let you know everything about the damn Senate and the Palpatine. What was his name? Just Palpatine? What was?
Yeah. Oh, he's the Emperor. Yeah.
No, but when he was the senator, was his name Palpatine? Or
Yeah, General Palpatine. Yeah.
Yeah, so they gave you the foreshadowing and they showed you basically the rise of the Emperor.
Yeah.
But it was so boring.
Yeah.
because it was a lot of them in the Senate and stuff. There's a lot of that.
He's just showing his evil in the suit.
Yeah.
He was just evil in the suit. Like, hey, I'm gonna fuck your shit up. Ha 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 ha. That's how I felt about it.
Power.
Yeah.
He had to kill. Why you had to kill Mace Windu?
Yeah. Mace Windu.
Go by the window, man.
We need an origin of Mace Windu.
What a dishonorable death. Poor guy.
So yeah, that ending was pretty much what led into the other game. It was the Order 66.
Yes. Okay. And is this the first time that any media has been able to show it like in video form?
Yeah.
Because I know in the movies you got like the first time it happened, you got a piece, but you didn't get the whole thing because the whole movie wasn't showing that. So, is this the first time? This is the first piece of media that like in video form gives you all.
It doesn't give you all of it, but it gives you enough of what happened and what caused the Order 66 and what it caused. They didn't show you everything that happened with Order 66. It showed you what happened to him in the Order 66. Which he was training with his master, and his master was like in the elevator with him, and the guys got the call, and he was like, "All right, let's kill this motherfucker now."
Okay, gotcha.
And that's pretty much what happened. Like it was
so
all right.
from a Jedi's perspective.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then he was still a Padawan during the time, and he hide and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. It was a really good game. Definitely check it out. But yeah. There's a lot of lore to it. I'm actually enjoying trying to go back into it, just watching certain things. Next month for December, it will be after Christmas. We'll have the Empire Strikes Back review, which I think that was my favorite Star Wars movie, and probably a lot of other people's favorite Star Wars movie. My personal reason why was because it was the bad guys won. It was the first movie that I have seen in my lifetime that bad guys won. It was not a good ending.
Trying to think. You mean in the series?
In the series, well, in the series of movies in general, like that was the first one I ever seen as a kid that the bad guys won. Besides Rocky 4.
But what about Rocky 1? Did he lose?
Well,
yeah, I can't say that because
he didn't really lose. Well, Rocky 3 he lost, but Empire I think was before Rocky 3.
True. Well, I'm thinking about Rocky, but I forget. Didn't he lose in the movie and then win at the end?
It was like a draw.
Yeah, that's what it was. Gotcha.
And then they were like, "Oh, I beat you." Like he won by technicality and shit like that. But he was the real winner, and everyone thought he was the real winner. So that was the point of it. And then they fought in part 2, and then Rocky beat him.
Gotcha.
But yeah. So that was like the first movie I've seen, like super, kind of a hero movie that bad guys won. And there was no happy ending. Everyone was fucking fucked.
Put it that way.
Yeah, so that was the one thing I loved about Empire Strikes Back, and I think I'm looking forward to rewatching it and see what I could get out of it.
So for the cast you guys did, what did you watch?
The first one was New Hope.
So you started from
episode 4.
Episode 4.
So we're starting with the original trilogy.
Okay.
So we're doing it in how they were released, not by canon.
Got you.
So we're doing it by original release. So we're doing by, and there was something that Tommy brought up in the cast that I had to shut him down about. Like what he does is he takes things from other people, and makes it facts for him. And I was like, he was saying like, oh, this movie was about Anakin. I was like, but you watching for the first time, like say for instance, you watched it in the 70s, and you saying that this movie's about Anakin, you had no clue who the fuck Anakin is.
You're right. He didn't exist in anybody's mind except Luke.
Exactly. Right. So Lucas saying that it was an Anakin movie was like for you to understand it being an Anakin movie was bullshit.
That's true.
Because you did not know Anakin. You didn't even know Anakin until Return of the Jedi. You knew he was his father in the middle of the movie in Empire, but other than that, you didn't know it was actually Anakin.
That's true.
Until the end of the movie. So to say that was an Anakin movie, it was bullshit.
I get that. Yeah. I definitely get that.
Yeah, it was a build of Luke Skywalker, and that's pretty much what the movie was. It was a story of how Luke and how the history of his family. He's learning about his family and whatnot, and it was pretty much Ben Kenobi teaching him fucking the way of the Force and him going forward with it.
I get that.
Yeah, because even Leia is not that big of a part. Like she's a big part, but she's not that big of a part. Like, and that's his sister.
In the first movie. You're saying?
First movie and second movie, not so much. Well, the second movie, not so much either. Well, she's more of the political standpoints of the crew. Like she's
okay.
queen and shit.
I get that. So. I understand that.
Yeah.
Because of the character and because she's the princess. Yes,
yeah.
I understand that.
So she's in that level. She's not really like. I think Return of the Jedi. She did some action and she was in a slave suit, so that did everyone a favor. Like,
yeah, but that was just
Well, she saved also. Han
still
Solo.
Wasn't like this is her sitting in the Senate for a half an hour explaining things. Her yelling at people in the Senate. Her sitting there debating and. Yeah. So no, it wasn't like all that stuff. Like
no one wants to see debating, like hardcore debating in a movie.
Yeah. That's true. No, that's true. So,
well, yeah. So next month we'll be coming with that, also with Space and Mega Ranger for the Morphin Cast as well.
Well, shout outs to the Mark with the Mic SoundCloud because that should be up now, right?
Yep, everything's up.
First Star Wars cast.
Yep, everything's up.
What is it? And what's the name of it?
Not a Trekkie.
Not a Trekkie.
Not a Trekkie. A Star Wars podcast.
Gotcha.
I think I had to add the whole a Star Wars podcast just because being not a Trekkie just might be just a dick. So adding a Star Wars podcast, it makes sense.
I get that. I like that.
Yeah, I feel like I had to add that. But, it was a good name. That was Tommy's idea with the name, and then I added the Star Wars because it has to be a standpoint.
Just to get you.
And when you see it in the title, you're like, okay, it's a Star Wars cast, so I'll watch it. There you go.
Gotcha.
But it's enjoyable. And I'm learning more about the world and the shit that's. I've been watching so many videos. Some of them I'll send you just because they're just straight out interesting. Like the origin of the orange lightsaber. I was like, oh shit, there's an orange one. I want to know that shit.
Like somebody who's been in a movie already, or it's just
it was a comic.
Okay. See, man, do they have collections of those?
Probably on Comixology. I never actually looked, so there might be some.
Okay.
I know Marvel has them all on their page, on their unlimited subscription. You can read like all their Marvel, Star Wars comics, even the old ones though, the ones they published before.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Good stuff, man.
It's good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
What else? There was something else that I mind, and I can't think of it right now.
With the movies that made us, you brought up and told me about earlier.
Yeah.
I see people right now bringing up Ghostbusters and stuff, Ghostbusters 2 specifically. But you said the movies that made us focuses on 4 movies, I believe?
So it's 4 movies. You have Dirty Dancing, Ghostbusters, Home Alone, and Die Hard. Those are the first 4 movies they're talking about. It's kind of like a documentary series. If you watch Toys That Made Us, it's the exact same thing, but with movies.
Okay.
Same people that's doing it too, and they picked highlighted movies of your childhood and they put it up, and they had a documentary about the history and what made the movie and whatnot, and it's pretty good. I watched the Dirty Dancing one and it was actually quite interesting.
Ah, really?
Yeah,
okay.
It was quite interesting. Like they said, Patrick Swayze was a dick half the time.
Really?
And he had a fucked up knee.
About the movie.
He had a fucked up knee half the time, but he wanted to do all his own stunts and shit. And then it almost caused them to have to cancel the movie because he got hurt on the set, and they had to wait for him to get healed to finish the movie up.
Wow, did not know that. Okay.
Yeah. It was good. It was a really good. The movies that made us. I think the Ghostbusters is the second to last. The next episode is Home Alone. I'm looking forward to seeing it because Home Alone has a weird story too.
Really, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to watching that. It was only 4 movies. If you don't see the movie that made your childhood, maybe me in season 2 if you watch it. So keep it up.
Yeah, just check it out.
I want to see Turtles. I want to see Ninja Turtles on there.
Okay, let me ask you something. Why the hell is Ninja Turtles the movie not on that list?
Well, it's the first 4 movies.
How dare you?
Yeah, that's true. But Die Hard has significant since like almost Christmas time. Same thing with Home Alone. So that makes sense.
I get it.
And
But
Ghostbusters, I'm fine. Even Dirty Dancing, like I could see why all these movies were picked. I personally would pick Ninja Turtle because Ninja Turtles has a crazy fucking story as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know it because if you ever watched Turtle Power, it's like a documentary series about how the first movie was made and kind of like the beginning of the Turtles and everything like that. They kind of go into like how low the budget was and the things they did, and like there was the guy that played Raphael played like 3 different parts in the movie. The guy that played Mikey played like 3 different parts in the movie and things like that. And it was for a long time. It was the highest grossing independent film in a long time.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? Wasn't that Or let me ask you, do you remember which turtle he was? Which turtle was Arnie Reyes Jr.?
Ernie Reyes Jr. was Leonardo in this. No, Donatello in the suit.
Gotcha. Thank you.
He was Donatello or Mikey. He's one of the two. But they all switch parts depending on the fight scene. Like they all wore each other. The only person that stood Raphael was the guy that played Raphael. Like he did all the stunts too.
Really?
He's a small white dude. Yeah.
No, okay, let me ask you. Is there like a little documentary or anything
Power.
Okay, do they talk to them about what it was like to be in the suits?
Not really in that case, but they kind of go into the production and you see the background of the production. They never written like a full documentary of how they made that movie.
I swear to you, I really want to know what it was like to be in those suits, especially back in the day, and to do martial arts.
Yeah.
In those suits, like what was it like?
They were like 60 pounds.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. Like again, you know what? That's a documentary that has to be made.
I believe so. Put all 3 of them. I don't care if the 3rd one wasn't that great.
Yeah.
I want to know.
Yeah. That one just went more machine than anything. The other ones didn't.
I just sent you a link. Hey, Mert.
Yeah.
I know you've seen him in those terrible ads and supposed like leaked pictures. But did you know that the PS5 really does look like a giant V?
I saw it. I seen it, but dev kits usually look a lot different.
No. I understand,
yeah.
But what is that? It looks hilarious.
It looks like something out of Star Wars.
Yes, it looks like a humidifier.
Yeah, it does.
It looks like a crazy humidifier. But I just wanted to share this because somebody noted out. You do get to see the new controllers in the picture.
Yeah.
They look almost exactly the same.
That's good. At least you have that.
So that's one cool thing to know about the future of PS5 is that I don't think they're going to change the form factor of the controller. So there you go.
Yeah, it might be some functionality differences, but other than that,
there's some trademarks. Yes. Yeah, there are trademarks for different things that the controllers can do.
Okay.
But they look pretty much the same, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah,
it was a good controller.
Yeah.
Sturdy. I mean, I hope they keep the battery life. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, the battery life is a must.
Do.
A lot of people are just mad that they didn't make it like the Xbox controller.
What happened with
They want the analog more higher, not low.
Higher up? Nah, I don't care. I'm a PS person anyway. I grew up with that controller.
I like it depends on the game. Like if it's like a shooter, things like that, I prefer the Xbox controller. But for other games, I like the PS4 controller.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
See, I didn't get. I told you before. Because of how they affect me, I didn't get too much into shooters. Like I only can play like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
They really make me dizzy. Yo, did you finish? You finished Borderlands?
I finished the game. Yeah.
Did you? We didn't get to talk about like how'd you like it like overall.
The game itself, I love the game. I thought the story led for another for a sequel or a continuation. So which I think they all gonna have a continuation with the DLC that's coming out. But I really enjoyed the game. I thought they told a really good story. They had the girls on fire as the credit scene, and it's literally the girl on fire. She's flying with the phoenix kind of shit. So it was like the song kind of makes sense. But it was a good game.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I gotta go back on it. I haven't gone back on it.
Because you know what? It's almost that time. It's December 1st, so we're gonna have to. I would like to for the show to have a game of the year list.
Yes.
You know, for each of us.
You know what's funny is that none of my games that are on this year's game of the year list is there.
What you mean?
Star Wars was too late.
Oh, you mean for the official list and stuff? I got you.
Star Wars was too late. Death Stranding, I'm not really interested in. Judgment was one of my favorite games this year. That was not even close. What else? What's on there? Borderlands 3 would be probably one of them.
Okay.
I don't know what else came out. This
See,
year's been weird.
I played too many games from other years because of sales,
Yeah.
and I didn't have any FOMO, so I didn't buy a lot of stuff day one.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'll wait a year.
Yeah.
So my list would definitely be shorter, but I think there's like no room on my list because everything I bought. Oh yeah, I love this game.
Yeah.
So DMC 5, Resident Evil remake, the Iceborne expansion. I'm trying to think what else. What else did I get that came out this year? Shit.
Did you get Judgment?
No, I didn't get Judgment. I should get Judgment. I forgot about
It's on sale. Might be on sale.
that.
Yo, they selling the Yakuza 6, the collectors, the one with the whiskey cups for like $10 in Best Buy.
I mean, goddamn.
Shit, I might go buy another just to have another set of cups.
I already got the game, but yeah. That's ridiculous. Those things are awesome.
Yeah.
Did you do an unboxing for that? I'm not sure. I don't remember.
No, I didn't get to do.
You put the pictures up on Instagram.
Yeah, I
though.
did put pictures up.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I see the controllers. They don't look different. They just
Yeah.
black.
But you can see like the buttons are a different color. Like
Yeah.
the D-pad is not as you could the way you can tell is not the same exact one is because the D-pad is like gray and not black.
Yeah.
That's like the only way. I'm like, oh well, okay, that's not the same.
I hope it don't look like this, but it looks like it has a lot of fans on top.
You know what? You know what I want the new generation of consoles to do? Be quiet,
Yeah.
because they're loud. I don't know about PlayStation Pro, because I think they purposely went and solved that problem for that system.
Yeah,
I'm not
my
sure
shit
if
is
you
not
know.
loud.
Yeah, but OG, it's loud.
Yeah.
The OG systems are loud, so I would like them to not focus on, hey, you know, down the line we're gonna make let's not iPhone this.
Yeah.
Make the first one good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Please. That's my only thing. Don't segregate the user base to the haves and have-nots.
Yeah.
No thing.
That's true.
Because I'm looking at the sales, the Black Friday sales, and I'm seeing all these 150, 250 bundles,
Yeah.
and you look at it, it says, "Oh, it's the slim."
Yeah. I honestly. Yeah. Did you get? Were you going to get the Xbox?
Maybe. Damn it, I don't know. I might just wait it out. I'm not sure.
We're being 150 for it.
Yeah, that's the thing. It
That's
is
not
a
bad at
$1.50.
all.
It is a $1.50.
It's $1.50. Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then $1 right now will get you 3 months of Xbox Live with the Game Pass.
Dollar bill, y'all.
$1.
$1.
$1.
Oh,
You remember watch Two Stupid Dogs?
yes, I did watch Two Stupid Dogs.
They were on a game show, and the little weenie dog was like $1.
Yeah, that's the
Everything $1.
Price Right thing. $1.
$1.
And the freaking cat. Ah, I love that.
I love Two Stupid Dogs.
He's like, oh, what is that? Woof. The cat always dies.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't die. It always seizes up.
Yeah.
Ah, God. That's
I
always,
like Two Stupid Dogs. They're fun.
they don't get enough love.
No.
They didn't get a comeback or anything.
Nah, they just let them die.
Somebody thought to bring back Invader Zim. Somebody thought to bring back even freaking Johnny Bravo came back for a little bit.
It would be part of our WB. It would be part of WB because of their Hanna-Barbera.
Cause yeah, Cartoon Network. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But it's just like, I'm sad.
Yeah, I brought back Secret Squirrel a few times. One as a perv.
Secret Squirrel came back in a pretty good cartoon. I think it was late '90s.
Yeah.
They redrew him and stuff.
Yeah, it was part of Two Stupid Dogs.
It was a little the what do they even call those when they're like a mini cartoon?
Yeah, it was like a Looney Tunes kind of thing.
Yeah, it was a short. Yeah, okay.
Because even the Two Stupid Dogs were a short. There was a short, then they showed Secret Squirrel, and then they showed another Two Stupid Dogs.
That's true.
But Secret Squirrel was in Harvey Birdman, and he was a flasher. I remember that. That was
his wardrobe spoke for itself. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a.
Oh, he's a squirrel. Damn it!
He's showing
Stop.
his squirrel nuts.
It's showing his squirrel. Yo. Oh my goodness. What else we got, bro? That's about it.
I got nothing else.
Not too much. Cause we just have a ridiculous amount of wrestling. That's
Yeah, that usually takes the cake over everything. But right now, I don't have much besides the Mandalorian. That's for me. Actually, I finished the Titans show, the Titans TV show, on the DC Universe app, and it was quite good. I have my little complaints in towards the ending and how they killed off Donna Troy. Like, she was saving people, and then she got electrocuted and died. And I was like, how did she died when she went one? Then alright, so our premises before that shit when they introduced Superboy, she went toe to toe with Superboy.
And but okay, her character is
It's
who?
Wonder Woman.
She's the. Okay, gotcha.
Pretty much Wonder Woman. Yeah.
Yes.
So she went toe to toe with Superboy.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go to the next episode, and she's a bunch of saved people, and she got electrocuted while she was saving them and everything like that, and she dies. I'm like, how that make sense? Like, you just went toe to toe with Superman. How you die by electricity? That was my only disappointment with it. Other than that, I like the way the show was. The Nightwing suit was pretty badass. They introduced him as Nightwing. I don't like Batman in it because Batman looks really old. Like, he looks like he's just old. You gotta play Bruce Wayne. He's just old. He's a good actor, but he's just old. And, like, I can't picture him in the Batman suit.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think that's why I don't like him, because I can't picture him in the Batman suit. Also, last but not least, Harley Quinn's cartoon debuted on the DC Universe app too, which is an adult cartoon.
Okay.
Harley Quinn.
Okay.
It was pretty funny. It was fun.
Yeah. Now let me know. Was just because I'm not familiar with how DC app releases its.
It's the first episode. They do it every week.
Okay. It's not a jump like okay. All right. Gotcha.
They release it episodic, so you got to get one every week. But the first episode was quite good. I enjoyed it. I laughed. They kind of made Joker kind of gay for Batman, and that's fine.
For voice actors, do you know who the actress for Harley is?
Kelly
Tara
Kuko?
Strong or somebody else?
The chick
Oh,
from
oh, I know who that is.
from Big
Okay.
Bang Theory.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, she talks Harley Quinn.
And who's Joker?
I actually do not know. I didn't look at the cast either because they Poison Ivy's in it, and she's like a big character.
I am not
character
sure.
fits her, yeah.
You know, they're gonna. Does it look like they're gonna continue that friendship that they ended up having?
Yeah, they end up being roommates and shit.
Wow.
And she kept telling him that Joker doesn't want you and shit like that.
Wait, where do they live if they're roommates?
I do not.
I know, in an abandoned warehouse.
Yeah.
Because they're criminals. Like,
Yeah.
they're not gonna pay rent.
So you had Kaylee Kuko, is Harley Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
Alan Tudyk is Joker. He was actually he's in a lot of TV shows. I can't really explain him.
What? He's got a huge IMDb.
Yeah.
Is he a mostly cartoon actor, voice actor?
No, he does a lot of regular TV shows. I think the last thing, actually, he was in Rogue One. That was one of the things he was in. He was in Firefly. Actually, he was in this TV show called what was it? It was like a DC TV show. It was I can't remember the name of it. Powerless.
Powerless?
Yeah.
Okay. Now that was on what?
It was on Channel 4 for a long. It didn't last long.
Okay.
But he's in a lot of TV shows. Like, it's hard to explain where he's in because he's in he does a lot of shit. He's in a
All
lot
right.
of things. Yeah. He was even in Deadpool too.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he does a lot of things. But he talks to Joker. It has a more comedic cast.
So that's the vibe of the show. It's more.
Yeah, it's comedic and curses a lot and shit.
And you said it's an adult show, right?
Yeah, it's an adult show. Yeah.
Okay.
They curse and everything. Yeah.
They have graphic violence and all that as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was good. It was pretty good.
Because you said Joker, he's infatuated with Batman. They've shown that universe's Batman.
Yeah, Batman's in it too. The guy that talked Batman and Brave and the Bold talks Batman in the show.
Oh, that's the guy from Drew Carey.
Yes, he talks him.
Oh, he's good.
Yeah.
All right. He's good as Batman too.
Yeah. So I'm
That's
actually
not underrated. Brave and the Bold was a pretty good Batman show.
Yeah. I actually liked it. I think the Red Hood series was one of the best ones they did.
Oh, really?
When
I
they
didn't
introduced
see
Red
that.
Hood. Yeah, it was like the 3rd season. They introduced Red Hood. They did the whole origin and shit.
Wow. And they did a story arc with him as well, or they just did that as
It was like a 4-part series. Wow. Brave and the Bold. Actually, the DC universe actually has it. You'd be able to find it. It used to be on Netflix for a while, but I don't think it's there anymore.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Alright, that's all I got.
You can probably wrap this one up.
Yep.
I mean, make sure to keep your eyes out for, because just to bring it up, not to let it go by the wayside, because there are things that we are interested in. What is it? There's still new wrestling figures coming out.
Yes.
Murky was talking about you had to slow down, but just for, I guess, to know where they are. What series is like the latest ones? Is it 74 or is it more after that?
There's more after that. The ones that are actually out in stores is the last one that's out in stores is Elite 71. But if you go to Ringside Collectibles, they get a lot of those in really early.
Gotcha.
They just released the Master of the Universe WWE ones, which are available in Walmart right now. They just came out. Power Rangers Wave 3 of the Lightning collections are out and about. We did find them in Target. I found Lord Dracon and the gold Dino Charge Ranger in Target. We found Jason too, but Tommy took Jason because he didn't want me to have him, which is fine because I had them pre-ordered anyway. So
now you're gonna have to fight him and make sure you play Duel of Fates in the background.
Right. But then I was like, I got him pre-ordered anyway, and I got Lord Dracon. That's the one I know you want. So.
Got him.
Yeah. So I got Lord Dracon and the gold Dino Charge Ranger, which I wish he was more gold. I think he's too yellow. I don't like when they're too yellow.
Okay.
But other than that,
What do you look in the show? Is he like straight up gold?
Yeah, he's like a goldish yellow ranger.
Okay.
And then that series also includes Jason the Red Ranger without the shield, and then it includes Beast Morpher Blue.
Okay, cool.
That's Wave 3, and then Wave 4 is set to be delayed, and that may come out around March or April instead of being next month or so.
All right, yeah. Well, don't take their time because it's too close.
Yeah.
How many waves came out this year?
Well, technically 2 waves.
Okay.
Well, 3 waves, but then you had the GameStop exclusive, and then you had the GameStop exclusive, then you had the Walgreens exclusive, and so that was like the green and putty, the red and cycle.
I forgot about the green and the putty.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
The green and the putty, the red cycle, the blue cycle, and the Black Ranger and Goldar.
So take a break, slow it down.
Yes.
Get those girls' faces right.
Yes. 100% get those faces right. Especially
That's what they need to do.
Kimberly
Get those faces right.
does not look like Kimberly. She looks sad.
R.I.P. Kimberly's face.
Yes. They did a good job with at least with Zach's don't look that
With Jason, he looks spot on.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw him in person. It looks alright.
Yo, he looks. Oh no! You mean to tell me the picture is not a good indication?
No.
It looks all right in the picture.
Yeah, it looks like right in the picture, but that's where it ends.
Wow.
So yeah.
What about Tommy? Because he has the track on.
So
Did you
Dracon,
not?
that was one of the better looking ones.
Oh, he is one of. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, because he actually has a different hairstyle too. They didn't just take the hair
cool.
stuff and green. Because the green and green and white Ranger is the same fucking head.
Damn.
That's what disappointed me. I wanted something a little different. Like at least the Green Ranger put the bandana on his head or some shit.
Oh man, here we go. We about to be turning to Broski and Hawkins talking about they just used the body from an old Big Show or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, but that's what it is. You know, you could tell. All right, you could tell what series they're gonna do because the bodies they have already. Because that's what they do. They would just recycle the body and just make the next Ranger. Psycho Ranger. All you gotta do is paint the blue and black, and you got the Psycho Ranger.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, damn.
Yeah. So Ones I want to see Andros. I want to see some more girls. I'm looking for the Jack and see how they do his head, and hopefully they don't do him.
Got you. Yeah. I'm a little scared for that one.
Yeah. Because then you have Jack and the Shadow Ranger from SPD, so hopefully they will make the rest of the SPD Rangers. I do want Sid. I would like to see Sid. I would like to see Sky. Sky was my favorite Blue Ranger.
Yeah, SPD, man.
Yes.
SPD. Top tier show.
So we're going to wrap it up.
Yes. Thank you for listening to another episode of the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. I have been your host, Louis Beans, here with Merc with the mic.
Yep.
Make sure you catch us on all of our dwellings on the internet. You can catch these on Twitch. What is it? Twitch TV?
Twitch TV.
/ Merc with the mic. Yep. We are live on Sunday afternoons, usually around 1:30, 2 o'clock.
Yep.
You would say, Mark?
Yep.
So make sure you check us out there if you want to catch us live. We will also be up on YouTube after that. And we'll be on SoundCloud. I'll post them all up there. And that'll be RedCycloneInc on SoundCloud, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram. We're also on WordPress.
Yep.
And Tumblr.
Yep.
So it's all RedCycloneInc.
Yep.
So make sure if you're gonna follow them all. Why not? No excuses. Do it. Merc, where you at?
I am on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, Twitch TV, YouTube, and SoundCloud, all Mark with the mic. Check out our Facebook pages, the Wrestling Babble and the RedCycloneInc page. We are very active on there on Facebook. And stay tuned. Sundays, 12 o'clock and about 2 o'clock for Wrestling Babble and Guess What? That's our podcast live. And you can participate right in the chat.
Yes.
Like Commander did.
Leave some questions, leave some comments.
Yes.
Tell us a story.
Yes.
If we talk about something that you like, share your experience with the thing.
Yes.
We'll look.
Especially 2K20 stories, seeing that we talk
about.
Oh
my lord. Please. Please, y'all. If you got 2K20 stories, hit us up. Yeah. All right, y'all.
Peace out, laters. Also, please stay tuned. Check out all our past casts. We did we have the Not a Trekkie up on there, and also we'll have the Morphin cast coming soon.
Shout out to T the Guns.
T the Guns. Tenacious T. My pain ass at work, but my buddy.
Stealing Tommies everywhere.
Yeah. All right. Peace out. Laters.
Get the sandwiches and the
sandwiches. Juice. Yeah. No sandwiches for Jinkies.
Nope.
Only last week.
He probably had a turkey sandwich. Yeah. But it was just made out of the whole turkey. All right, let me stop.
He just put 2 breads on it to make it look like turkey. He did like the cartoon and swallowed it and just pulled out the bones.
Pulled the bones out.
I love y'all, Jinkies. Later.